औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। नाज़रीन, कम्युनिटी टॉक के यूथ एडिशन के साथ आरिफ जहांगीरी को का आपको सबको सलाम। और नाज़रीन, आज बड़ी इम्पॉर्टेंट डे इस लिहाज से है कि अभी 2 दिन पहले ही जो है वो हमारी टीम ने एक ज़बरदस्त किस्म का टूर्नामेंट जीता है, जो कि वो मुसलसल 24 साल से जद्दोजहद कर रहे थे कि इस टूर्नामेंट को जीतें, और वो जीत नहीं सके थे। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बाय द मर्सी ऑफ अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला they are able to win after 24 years, and they are now the champion, right, in the basketball. So Raptors are the champions for the basketball, eastern and the western side both. So there is a little history I just want to share with you कि रैप्टर जो है 1995 के अंदर इसकी ग्रोथ हुई, बनी, और ये वाहिद शायद बास्केटबॉल की टीम थी जो कि कनाडा के अंदर थी। उससे पहले और एक वैंकूवर में बनी थी उसके साथ ही, लेकिन बस ये 2 ही टीमें थी। लेकिन वो जो वैंकूवर वाली टीम वो थी बास्केटबॉल की टीम, वो बाद में उठकर वापस जो है ना वो अमेरिका चली गई, तो सिर्फ वाहिद ही रैप्टर्स की टीम रह गई जो कि कनाडा की तरफ थी। तो 1995 के अंदर बस 2000 के अंदर हुआ ये कि विंस कार्टर को जो है ना वो लेकर आए इस टीम के अंदर, और विंस कार्टर के आने से, विंस कार्टर बड़ा मशहूर बास्केटबॉल का प्लेयर रह चुका है, वो जब आया टोरंटो रैप्टर्स के अंदर तो हम इस काबिल हुए कि उसके बाद जो है हम प्ले ऑफ खेलने लगे। उसके बाद हमने कुछ प्ले ऑफ मैचेस खेले, और बल्कि लेकिन जो है वो बहुत दूर सफ़र नहीं कर सके उसके बावजूद। और विंस कार्टर भी जो है ना वो फिर हमारी टीम को छोड़कर जो है वापस किसी और टीम के साथ चला गया, और उसको रिप्लेस किया बॉश ने। बॉश भी एक बड़ा ज़बरदस्त खिलाड़ी था रैप्टर्स का, और उसने भी फिर आके बड़ी कोशिश की, लेकिन कोई ऐसी बहुत कादिर कहा जो है ना वो कोई सक्सेस जो है ना हासिल नहीं कर पाए। सो मसाए उजूरी ने जो है वो 2013 के अंदर जो है मसाए ने जो है ना वो ज्वाइन किया रैप्टर्स को, राइट। और जब उसने रैप्टर को ज्वाइन किया तो यहाँ पर जो है वो 2 खिलाड़ियों को लेकर आया इस टीम के अंदर। एक का नाम था कायल लॉरी और दूसरे का नाम था डिमार रेजोन। सो डिमार जब इस टीम के अंदर आया तो इस टीम ने काफ़ी सक्सेसफुल तरीके से आगे बढ़े हैं वो। और उसके बाद ये हुआ कि हम हर साल जो है वो कम से कम प्ले ऑफ खेलने लगे। और एक दफ़ा ऐसा भी हुआ कि हमने जो है वो ईस्टर्न जोन का जो ईस्टर्न कॉन्फ्रेंस है उसके सेमीफाइनल तक, बस उसके फाइनल तक भी रसाई हासिल की, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम वो फाइनल नहीं जीत सके, और इस तरीके से जो है वो फाइनल नहीं खेल सके। लेकिन 2018 के अंदर एक बड़ा जुआ खेला मसाए ने, और उसने क्या किया कि जो डिमार था उसको ट्रेड कर लिया कायल लैंडर के साथ, और कायल लैंडर ने जो है हमें ज्वाइन किया इस टीम को। और एक और खिलाड़ी था, उसका नाम है जो बड़ा मशहूर हुआ है गॉस्पेल ने जो है गॉस्पेल ने भी ज्वाइन किया, और ये टीम बड़ी ताकतवर टीम बन गई। और 2019 के इस टूर्नामेंट के अंदर, NBA टूर्नामेंट के अंदर, ये टीम जो है इस काबिल हो गई कि वो फाइनल में खेले। और अब फिर आप सबको जानते हैं कि क्या हुआ। अभी हमने 2 दिन पहले ही जो है NBA का फाइनल जीता है। और आइए हम एक 2 मिनट की जो है वो एक वीडियो देखते हैं, जिसके अंदर हम ये बताने की कोशिश करते हैं कि मुस्लिम फैंस जो है रैप्टर्स के वो किस तरह एक्ट करते हैं। तो आइए एक छोटी सी वीडियो देखते हैं। So before the video clip, we are talking about the Raptors team, and in my studio we have a very excited fans here, and I want to introduce you those fans. And these fans are Ali Tirmizi, right? Am I right, Ali?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And Ali is a business management student and the Raptor fans. Am I right?
Yes.
And Nashar Sayed. Yeah. Nashar Sayed is also a Gray High School student, and she's a Raptor fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Amal Ahmed is also a high school student, and she is also a Raptor fan, right? So welcome to the studio of Community Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's start something. I want to see your how what is this experience this goes through, right? So I will start with Nashra. Nashra, what's your experience about that, and how you watch this, and how you feel that?
So for me, I've been following basketball since I was 11.
Okay.
So I've always been a really big basketball fan, and especially with the Toronto Raptors being Canadian, when they got into the playoffs, when they made the finals for Eastern Conference, and then when they won, it was kind of like a wave of like a community that really came together. Even people that didn't really used to play basketball, they didn't used to watch it, everybody came together and really wanted to support the team, and it was nice to have everyone just talking about it.
Okay. So you watch with your family, or you go somewhere?
So I usually watch it with my family, but it would usually be my sisters, because my parents didn't really used to watch it, but once
As
they
usual.
usually,
Okay.
but after we kind of forced them, we're like, no, look, it's a great sport. Then
Yeah.
they actually got really into it, and
Okay.
my dad especially was
Okay.
like turning it on. So sometimes we would go to Celebration Square as
Oh,
well
wow, yeah.
to watch it, which is also really nice because there are a lot of people there.
Yes,
So it's like the
I-
hype and the atmosphere.
Exactly. In the Mississauga especially, Celebration Square put a lot of efforts to bring all the community together, right?
Yeah.
So, Ali, what's your experience about these tournaments?
Well, the tournaments were amazing. Finally, winning the NBA championship, we can finally say that I'm a proud Raptor fan. And having watched the games, it was really exciting, and it just showed us, that hard work really pays off.
Okay.
And it's been amazing, and the last few games were really intense. I went out to see it with my friends. We went to Boston Pizza, Celebration Square.
Okay.
So it was crazy.
All over,
It was
right?
crazy.
Okay.
People were going crazy.
Especially boys are
Yeah.
getting crazy, I know.
Yes, I heard
Yeah.
after the game, the finals,
Yeah.
that night was pretty intense.
Yeah, I know that. When I go outside, I find it out that whenever I crossing any on the road, people I start whoring, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
that's the usual things happen, right?
Well,
So
I'm guilty for that.
it's
too.
very loud. It's very loud. I know that. I'm sure. My son is doing the same thing. I'm sure. Okay, Amal, what about your experience
I think
on watching these games, right?
I think I haven't always been like the craziest fan, but obviously with all the hype that happened, even in my own house, it was a really great excuse for the whole family to come together
Okay.
and just enjoy something together, because all of us are really busy with our lives, we keep busy, we're doing our own thing, but when when the game is playing, everybody comes, you're running into the living room, the TV's on, it's a really nice way to connect with the family and sit down and have that family time. So I really like that. I think that's something that that was really good that came out of the fact that this all happened, was that it gave an excuse for all of us to come together and love something together. So I think that's really cool.
It's very good.
Hello.
So my first questions, and I will ask to Ali with you, starting with you, right? That how you look Raptor wins as a Canadian youth.
As a Canadian youth, I would say it was inspiring.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned before, it's been 24 years
Yes.
since we made the finals. And we see it as a struggle, and they finally made it with all their hard work. So the best message that the Canadian youth receives from this is that you should never lose hope and always work hard for your dreams.
Beautiful, beautiful. Nashra, same question.
Yeah, so I mean, along the lines with Ali, I kind of do see it as inspiration, especially to kids who are of different races, because you have for example Jeremy Lin, and he you wouldn't see an Asian guy play basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, but I guess it's really inspiring for all the Asian kids that someone else can do it. You have Marc Gasol, who is from Spain.
Yes.
So they're with Toronto's team, it's very diverse. So I think it really will bring the community together. And now because we've won the NBA championships, I think it'll be very like inspiring to other kids. People will want to keep on watching because it's just been such a big thing right now.
Okay. So Amol, you have some experience about, want to say something about in that one, or you want to add
I
something?
mean, they covered it.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely like the two, like it gives us all like a lot of hope and a lot of like. I fully agree with that, and also like the unity part where like everybody feels like they can all come together. I
Okay.
like that.
Is a wonderful game. One thing which I feel that is a wonderful game that's integrate the whole society, right? Irrespective of your background, color, or something, but everybody is in, right? All the youth are in. So I'm really inspired for that how this integration and this diversity is working in Canada, right?
Yes.
Due to this win. So my next question is why it is important we win in our life. So who want to be first?
I can go first.
Okay, Ali, go ahead.
So that's a nice question. So if you do anything in life and you aim to win and succeed, so you're going to get the best results.
Okay.
And the best thing about that is even if you don't succeed, you're not going to lose anything
Okay.
because you learn from their mistakes. And for the for future events, you're going to perform better or do anything that you want better.
But sometimes when the mistakes is continuously 23 years, do you think that is not disappointing?
It is, but it finally paid off, right?
Okay.
It
you
took a
mean-
long
you mean that
time.
don't leave the hopes, right?
Yes,
Okay,
you should
okay.
always have hope.
Okay. So Nashra, you want to add something?
Sure.
here?
I mean, I think after losing for 24 years, like consecutively, it obviously did put a lot of pressure on the team, especially when DeMar DeRozan was traded.
Yes.
And like we got Kawhi, and everyone was like, "Who is he? We want
Nobody
DeRozan
knows
back."
even, right?
No one really knew him. Everybody wanted
Exactly.
him back, but
Yes.
I think it really did, as Ali mentioned, it really did pay off. And
Okay.
after losing for so long, you have more motivation
Okay.
to do better.
Yes. So Amol,
I really,
why is important?
I really agree with what she just said. I think if you like compare it to like your own life and the things that you're doing in your own life, then like you see like even when like you've been working so hard at just achieving something and it's going so wrong, and then all of a sudden all these things are happening. You're losing things. Something new is happening. You don't know how to. You should just embrace whatever's happening and you just like tell yourself that whatever's happening, like it'll be for the best, and like accept that like even though I lost this, like something else better will come.
Okay.
So I think that just like coincides with the fact that like they lost DeRozan, but like Leonard obviously was very helpful throughout the end, which no one was expecting, but they all got lucky at the end.
So one of the questions that's I will asking the next is, but important thing is that how you look, right? All those things, very important. You think about yourself, right? You are in kindergarten. You started your journey in kindergarten, right? After 23 years, 24 years, you are graduated. You go into the professional life. Now everything what you learn it out all those 6 days, right? It will be now the thing is that you have to be successful in your next journey, right? That's your professional life,
Yeah.
right? So that's how you look that journey
Yeah.
of Raptors as well. So this is so that's why my next question is, what impact you feel by this win in your life? Nashra started.
As the impact, I think that it really brought together everyone. Like my family, for example,
Okay.
like my parents, as I mentioned, never really used to watch basketball. They would only watch it when my sisters or I would put it on.
Okay.
But then after, like when they saw that, oh, like Toronto can actually do this, like they're
Okay.
actually a good team.
Okay.
They started watching it on their own, and they got really into it. And even with like my friends, they started getting really into it. They would come with me to Celebration Square, just not only for the game, to see like the atmosphere and like all that hype that brings everyone together. Because I think that when you're in a crowd, when everybody loves the sport so much, then you automatically love the sport even more.
That's very true. So Amol, you want to add here?
Yeah, like you definitely get super like enthusiastic in like that atmosphere. I had a lot of friends who like aren't even keeping up with like what's going on, but they're like, "Yo, I want to go to Celebration Square just because it looks so much
Just
fun."
for the fun, right?
Like it looks crazy. I
Okay.
was like, I mean, you could watch the game too, but
Yes.
like I think it's like really it's a good atmosphere just to like even have a good time.
Okay. So what do you think, Ali, that how is impact in our life, somebody's life, right? These games.
In somebody's life,
Yes, yours life.
in my life,
Yes, especially.
these games, it just as we said before, the unity part was really important. All of our friends, families, they get together and watch the games together.
Okay.
We order food, wings, and all that stuff. You know, the good stuff. It's a good time, and we can take another example. Today we had a parade for the victory of the Raptors, and we had like 2 million people over there.
Yes, yes.
And like,
Amazing. Nashra was there too.
yes,
Yes, I know that.
She told us.
I saw her picture on the Facebook, so I know that she was there
Yes.
too. Okay.
Yeah,
He's a
it
super
was
fan.
insane,
Okay.
but it was amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not easy for anybody to go there today.
Exactly.
So
It's hard.
I know one of the youth in my friend list, right? And he go last night 3 a.m.
Wow.
to
Yes.
sit on Nathan Phillips Square
Wow,
in the
that's
front line.
dedication.
That is
That's
That
a
is
lot
a
of
dedication and that the spirit he has.
Yeah, I heard some people went on Saturday night.
I'm 100% sure there are
Yes,
some,
Yeah.
like they
some
were
people
camping
like that.
outside.
Exactly.
I don't say that they are crazy, but they know that if they are going to be late, they are not getting that space.
Yeah.
It matters to them.
Yes,
It's
yes,
something
is a because it's a lifetime opportunity, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a lifetime opportunity. Let's suppose that
Yeah.
let's suppose Raptors not able to win, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a break here, and when I come back break, we have some more questions for you guys to ask, right? And let's have a break and don't go anywhere. हम इंशाल्लाह ताला आते हैं ब्रेक के बाद, और ब्रेक के बाद जो है नशरा, अमल और अली से जो है हमें बहुत सारे सवालात करने कि जनाब ये जो मुस्लिम किड्स हैं जो हैं इस रैप्टर गेम के नतीजे में क्या हासिल करेंगे, और क्या इनके दिमाग में कोई प्लान्स है कि हम में से कोई निकल कर भी कोई रैप्टर्स का जनाब कोई प्लेयर वगैरह बनेगा या नहीं बनेगा, या सिर्फ हम बस खुश होते रहेंगे. तो लेट्स टेक हैव अ ब्रेक.
Injuries not only impact you, but also people around you. Life is better than this. Let's get your life back. The injury lawyers at Alam Law will use their years of experience to handle your claim so that you can focus on your recovery. And remember, you don't pay until we win. Alam Law.
Thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate, whether it be residential, commercial, or pre-construction, Arshad Bhatti and his team of professionals can help. We have guaranteed allocations in high-rise and low-rise pre-construction projects in and around the GTA. Want to be updated when a new project launches? Then join our database today and never miss out on the latest projects. Call Arshad Bhatti at 416-300-5600. That's 416-300-5600 or register at arshadbhatti.com.
मैं पढ़ने के साथ साथ अपनी मम्मी के साथ काम भी करती हूँ, जैसे कि मेरी अम्मी घरों में काम जाके करती हैं, इसी तरह मैं भी काम करती हूँ.
हम दोनों को पढ़ने का बहुत शौक़ है. हमारे अब्बू का इंतकाल हो गया है, इसकी वजह से हम अपने घर की गुर्बत को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं. मुस्लिम वेलफेयर स्कूल सेंटर हमारी बहुत मदद करता है, पढ़ाई में भी फ्री तालीम भी देते हैं और साथ साथ राशन भी देते हैं, किताबें, यूनिफॉर्म सब फ्री.
Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
रोशन मुस्तकबिल और अपनों का साथ जन्नत से कम नहीं. आप भी कनाडा को अपना घर बना सकते हैं. ग्रीन स्टार इमिग्रेशन सॉल्यूशंस के रेगुलेटेड कैनेडियन इमिग्रेशन कंसल्टेंट शहबाज अकबर के साथ मास्टर ऑफ बिजनेस क्लास इमिग्रेशन, एक्सप्रेस एंट्री, स्किल क्लास इमिग्रेशन, रेफ्यूजी क्लेम्स एंड फैमिली स्पॉन्सरशिप्स. सो कॉल नाउ एट 416-508-3989. Green Star Immigration Solutions Canada. It's never too late to follow your dreams.
तो नाज़रीन वक्फे से पहले जो है हम अली से और नशरा से और अमल से जो है बहुत सारे सवालात कर रहे थे, और सवालात डेफिनेटली रैप्टर्स के हवाले से थे. रैप्टर्स के फ़ैन हैं ये हज़रात, ये तीनों जो है वो रैप्टर्स के ज़बरदस्त फ़ैन है. बल्कि नशरा तो आज जो है वो बिल्कुल वहाँ पर मौजूद थी हैं. उस जो परेड्स के अंदर परेड हो रही थी और मैंने देखी आपकी एक फेसबुक के ऊपर पिक्चर एज वेल. तो मैं जो माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज एक्चुअली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बिकॉज एज अ यूथ राइट इज जस्ट नॉट द टाइम. Just you are killing the time to watching those, right? There's something, right? So what are the some lesson you get after watching those games, right? There should be some particular match or you see that is very tense, is very close, but there are some lessons inside that. So I want to listen that at least one lesson that you think that that's something I learned from that, right? Who want to go first? Anybody, come on.
Okay.
Come on, Amal.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I have one. I don't have like that much like of like the exact rules of everything in basketball. But one thing that I've noticed every time I watch a game is that like there's a lot of like I don't understand it, but there's a lot of like sometimes it'll be like a foul or something like that, and like you're like, what even happened? I didn't even know what happened.
Okay, no problem.
But obviously people are like angry, like they're like the two players are angry. There's not. But then at the end of it, like you can't like hold on to that. You know what I mean? Like you got fouled or you did a foul. It shouldn't have counted. You're mad, but you can't afford to like hold that grudge, right? Like in the next like game or whatever, like that's forgotten. You can't hold on to that, right? And then it comes down to like at some point in like your life or whatever, you could be playing next to that person, right? So I was just thinking about the fact that like you have to like when things like that happen in something like a game or something like that, you have to like be able to like know that like this. It's gonna happen no matter what. You can't afford to like, oh, I hate this person. You know what I
So
mean?
forget and move on.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's the lesson you got,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
So Nashra.
I think along with that, a lot of like hard work and dedication definitely plays off because with the Raptors, you would see them losing continuously. Even the games against Orlando, they lost the first game, which obviously has a really big impact because it's the first game of the playoff season. But every game you would see them come back, whether it was in the third quarter, whether they were losing first half and they came back or vice versa. You always saw them come back and you would see them end up winning, obviously. Like we won the finals and against a team like Golden State who's won the past 2 championships, it obviously puts a lot of pressure on you. But even coming back from losses, you could fully tell that the team was like, they're not going to let that hold them back. And they will try to play their absolute best in the next game. So I think that's really, that's a really good, important message.
So, very good. And Ali, what you get?
Well, the best lesson I get from this is teamwork.
Okay.
So we can all agree that it wasn't one guy who won us the game.
No,
it wasn't
definitely
Kawhi.
not. Definitely not.
So teamwork matters a lot in this scenario, in any scenario. So let's say if you're feeling alone for any challenge, you always have friends, family. So that's part of teamwork. So you should always share your burdens with someone that you trust and love.
So one thing which I want to share, which I really, as a person, if I watching the game, I saw that you see that they are taking the break, right? Time out, right? Like for before 18 second, 9 seconds, right? So I feel that those 18 seconds are so precious, right? And those 9 seconds are so precious that that decision can be changed, right? If you are winning, you can be lose. Or if you're losing, you can win in those time periods. So I find out that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also telling us that the importance of time, right? Also.
Yeah, for sure.
So those 2 things which I learned that even you can change anything in that small span of time as well. So time is important. We don't have to really barbad nahi karna chahiye time ko, right?
Yes.
We have to take very seriously time because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the time and opportunity on this world that we have to do our best. So this is one of the lessons which I get from that part of the game as well.
Absolutely.
So next my question is that, so as a Muslim youth, right, and definitely this is how you said that we are in, this is game is bringing everybody, right, a very diverse culture together. But as a Muslim youth, there are some challenges as well, right? And you definitely in the schools, everywhere you guys. So what are some challenges you guys feel? Ali, you want to go first?
Sure. A few challenges that we as Canadian Muslims feel is that is finding the right balance between religion, society, and culture.
Wow.
So that's really hard for nowadays because every kid, he wants to be cool.
Yeah,
he wants to be the popular person in high school, whatever.
Exactly, everywhere.
So finding that balance is really hard for young Muslims nowadays. Yeah, that's what I feel is really
I'm
hard.
not sure what you said.
I feel like it's getting other people to understand our religion because I go to a Catholic school.
Okay.
And with Ramzan, for example, a lot of people wouldn't understand why I'm fasting or, oh, wait, you can't drink? No, like I can't. Not even water? No, not even water. So they don't really understand that concept
Okay.
Or why we do it. But then I feel like a lot of people are open to like learning about it, but it's that initial almost, it can come off as arrogance and ignorance that
Okay.
they don't really understand the religion and why we do certain things, why we have certain practices. So I find that a little bit challenging because sometimes people can misjudge you or
Exactly.
think about you in a certain way which isn't really true or have like prejudice.
Okay.
So I find that a little difficult.
Okay. So Amal,
I think there's definitely a lot of challenges that we face as like, you know, young adults in this like society as Muslims. But I think like at least one of them is the fact that we have a really hard time like, or at least personally I've noticed we have a really hard time coming together and like achieving things like all together. Like I want to see more of like the whole community like doing something together and being able to say like you know the word ummah, like I want to feel the word ummah when we come together and we do something, achieve something, and I feel like that's something that we struggle with a lot. Just like coming together and, you know, being like one big family as like, you know, your Muslim brothers and sisters. I think it's something we should definitely work towards, you know, getting better at, you know, like it'd be cool, it'd be better.
so these are some challenges you. So one more question I have because that's a very common question I usually ask from all the youth who come on my shows because that's what I want to understand myself as an adult, right? So one of the thing I feel that we are living in the society, we migrated from a different culture to newer culture here, right? And definitely you guys are raising in this culture from grade kindergarten to and onward, right? And we are different in that sense, but you are different in that sense that you know the society very well as compared to us, right? And as well as language barriers are also there, right? And you can understand some of the slang which I cannot understand easily, right? So these are some difficulties definitely every parents, every adults have though. So one of the things which I think that because you are the children's and you are the son, you are the daughters. So why is it difficult for younger generation and the older generation to work together, right? And why there is so much gap and why there's a generation gaps is happening within our community? So who want to go first? Ashra, you want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it could be like the thinking of parents versus their children. So if you have like, my parents are immigrants from Pakistan.
Yes.
So yes, they are very open-minded, but sometimes they won't understand the things that I want to do and the places that I want to go. Like originally I'm moving away for university, but my dad wasn't ready to let me go and live on residence.
He love you too.
That's what he says. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think it's like that thinking that we don't think the same way, and that could be because of like I was born and brought up here, and they were born and brought up in a different country,
Yes.
and the values that they were instilled with versus what I see around me. Or it could also just be because of the generations that they don't understand the same things that I do. They don't understand why do people want to get a bunch of piercings, like why do people want to get a bunch of tattoos? But like with the younger generation, it's just popular because it's a way of like expressing yourself, for example. So I think it's like the thinking.
And the tools are different nowadays, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, right? In my age, there is no Facebook, no social media, no Instagram, nothing, right? Twitter or something like that. But now is everything, and I want to be famous too. So why not? So I'm using that too. So Ali, and then I come to Amal.
Sure. So the biggest challenge that we face with working with adults is, I believe, the communication gap.
Okay.
So as Nasha mentioned, that our parents are from different countries, immigrants, they have a different mindset. They have to follow some cultural values and stuff. So us being brought up here,
लड़कियां बाहर नहीं जाएंगी.
exactly. But the thing is, we're brought up here, and society is different here. The culture
12
is
बजे से
different.
पहले घर आ जाना.
Exactly.
Try 9, try 8.
10 बजे बेड पे होते हैं हम. So some things you have to change according to your lifestyle.
Okay.
So that communication gap is the major thing that draws us back from working with adults.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Amal, what's your
Yeah,
experience?
he stole it out of my head. I was gonna say, like the communication gap. I'm just gonna is it's definitely something that has caused a lot of problems for like a lot of different situations. Whether it's just in the home or if it's even like a professional kind of thing. The struggles that we have when we're trying to just communicate what we mean with what we're saying and what we're doing has bridged a really big gap in between the way that we interact with adults and how we feel towards working with them. And I think there's definitely a solution to coming together and being able to achieve things together. But I think it all comes down to both parties have to be a lot more understanding towards the other person's background and the way they feel. And obviously not to be biased, but obviously as kids we sometimes we just don't know better, you know, as parents and adults, you guys it's gonna sound a little bit mean, but you guys have to understand that because of where we grew up and what we learn and what we see when we're out, we have a hard time trying to be the perfect kid for you, as well as learn things about ourselves and what we want to do and how we want to be. So I think I'm really lucky in the sense that my parents are really, really open and understanding towards hearing me out. You know, I'll go out and something will happen. I'll be I want to talk about this. They'll be yeah, and then there's not oh my god, I can't believe this happened, or you had to speak to this person, or you had to go to this place. It's more okay, that happened, how do you feel about that? And then it's kind of a learning experience for both of us. So you know, they're learning because they didn't get to experience this kind of stuff, and I'm learning because they obviously still have a lot of really good advice as to what I should do. So I think it comes down to just being able to get across the hardship of just talking to them, and then just being open-minded towards what both parties are feeling.
बट डेफिनेटली पेरेंट्स, क्योंकि दुनिया में अल्लाह ताला ने ना पेरेंट्स से ज़्यादा तो कोई भी मोहब्बत नहीं कर सकता. दैट्स वेरी ट्रू, राइट. तो वो आपके सिंसियर होते हैं आपके साथ, राइट, आपके वेल विशर होते हैं. एंड इन द वेल विशर एंड सिंसियर इन दैट सेंस कि उनको पता होता है कि आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि उनके अलावा दुनिया के अंदर ना वो आपसे कुछ चाहते भी नहीं है. He didn't want anything from you, but they want you to be successful in this life and hereafter as well. Okay, so definitely that is there in their mind, but they are more sincere, most well wisher of you. और sometimes ये सही बात है, हार्ड तो होना पड़ता है ना. बाज़ दफ़ा हार्ड तो सुनते भी तो नहीं हो ना किसी की बात. तो बाज़ दफ़ा आप नहीं सुनते हो तो हार्ड करना पड़ता है. अब क्या किया जाए, ये भी हमारे अब्बा ने भी किया था. My father also, my parents also, my mother also do the same thing. So we learned those techniques, how to do the things with you guys. So that's why we utilize those things. But it doesn't mean that parents are not love to you guys.
The same thing is going to happen to us too when we grow older.
Well, who knows?
नहीं, आप लोग मैं दूसरी तरफ भी देखता हूँ कि आप भी हमसे उतनी मोहब्बत करते हो. No doubt about it. I have no little things in my heart that my children not love me. वो मुझसे उतनी मोहब्बत करते हैं. हाँ, वो मुझसे disagree हो सकते हैं.
I mean, the gap will always be there.
Always be there, right? And this has happened when I was young and my father was old, right? So that's the same things happened there, and I still remember things because I come late always in my outside.
I mean, it's bound to happen.
Yes, it's bound to happen. My son do the same things to me, so I remember those things, right? But I say that I was come back by 10:30, so you will come by 11:30. I'll give you 1 hour margin. One more hour I will give you. What my father gave me, okay? So those are the things, right? We have to know. So last question before we wrap up this today's program. So one of the things that definitely I find out that a lot of youth are getting really confused about that one, about the identity, right? So because we are coming from a different country, right? Different countries, right? And we have a lot of hats on our hat, right? And one of the hat is that we are Pakistani, Indians, or Filipino, or Somali, or somewhere, right? And the other hats we have is that we are Muslims, right? And then we have a language hats as well, that some of them will speak Urdu, or some of them speak Hindi, or some of them speak French, or something like that, right? They are coming, or Punjabi, or something else, right? Pashtun. And now we are coming in this land where everybody is speaking either English or either French, right? And you guys are more focused on that. So how you feel if I ask you what is your identity? So tell me, Ali, what is your identity?
Well, I would consider myself a Muslim, first of all, and Canadian. And my background, I would say it's from Pakistan.
So you are Canadian Muslims?
Yes, Canadian Muslims.
Because you have to be some sort of the identity,
yes,
right?
because eventually, like, I'm not white, so people are gonna question me. What's your background?
Yes.
So if I say I'm from Mississauga,
Yeah.
then they're gonna be like, no, what's your background?
No,
Like,
your father background. So
Yes,
you said that
exactly.
I am here. But
Yeah.
my father, yes, my father
So
migrated from
that's why
there.
I would still consider myself a Pakistani as well.
Okay, that's good. Nashra, what you said?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the same thing. I would consider myself Pakistani and Canadian because I have had it happen to me where someone came up to me and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "I'm from Canada." And they're like, "No, where are you really from?" And I was like, "Okay, I was born in Toronto."
Okay.
And they're like, "No, but like, really, where are you from?" And then it's almost ignorant because you're like, just because I'm white, you're like, "Oh, you're not from here."
Okay.
But yeah, like I definitely am Pakistani because I am very close to my culture and I do in my life like my culture does influence a lot of the things that I do.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm definitely Pakistani, but I'm also Canadian.
Very good. Amal? How
We're
you
all the
feel?
same people here.
Okay, no problem.
No, but definitely for sure the first thing, I don't know, like this question is something that I get asked a lot. Like I go out into a lot of different places and different new people all the time. We always get introduced ourselves. So like I have this like classified like set thing that I say always. So you
Tell me as well. That classified things.
So Muslim comes first. So I'm Muslim.
Yes.
And then I call myself an ABCP.
Okay. What is that?
And this stands for American Born Canadian Pakistani.
Okay.
This is what I am. This is where I'm from.
You born in America?
Born in America. Moved here. Originally from Pakistan. All these things fit into it.
Okay.
So I call myself ABCP.
Okay. So we also say I know that there's a joke also.
Yeah.
American born confused.
See, I heard that one and I was like, let me make it better.
Okay. That's good that you make it a better one because I heard that one as well. So I want to really thankful all of you, right? You take it out your time and really share your emotion about the Raptors and about this win and what the message we want to take from that one.
Thank you so much for
So
having
I
me.
want you that if you can share a small message to our viewers in this camera, please.
Sure. Our message is simple. Always work hard and don't give up hope for whatever you want to do in life. And do your best.
That's true.
I would say, going back to the Raptors, I mean, be patriotic. Like, support your country wherever you identify yourself you're from. Yeah, and like, I guess, like, yeah, always work hard, bring people together, because I think that's the biggest thing, having a support system. So, yeah.
Those are good. I have to beat that. Okay. I think I would say just don't lose hope. I think this is one really important thing is that, like, no matter what comes your way, if it's new things, if you're losing things, just don't lose hope in the fact that, you know, whatever happens in the end will be whatever is best for you.
ओके थैंक यू वेरी नाइस मैसेज। तो नाज़रीन आपने देखा आज का हमारा भी प्रोग्राम, उम्मीद है कि आप सबको पसंद भी आया होगा। हमने कोशिश की है कि रैप्टर्स की इस जो सक्सेस है, इसको विन को जो है ना हम सेलिब्रेट करें टोरंटो 360 के स्टूडियो के अंदर, अपने कम्युनिटी टॉक के प्रोग्राम के अंदर। और आपने जो है अली, नशरा की और अमल की बातों को सुना और उम्मीद है कि तमाम नौजवान जो है जब इनका प्रोग्राम कल टेलीकास्ट होगा तो यकीनन जो है आप इस प्रोग्राम से जो है ना मुस्तफ़ीद हो सकेंगे। तो इंशाअल्लाह ताला आरिफ जहांगीरी जो है अगले हफ्ते किसी नए मौजू नए प्रोग्राम के साथ दोबारा हाजिर होगा। उस वक्त तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
Dixie Electronics and Appliances are now the authorized dealer for all the Napoleon products. हमारे पास बारबेक्यूज, इलेक्ट्रिक फायरप्लेस और इनकी जितनी भी एसेसरीज हैं वो अवेलेबल हैं। जैसा कि आप स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं कि इस सीज़न के लिए, विंटर सीज़न के लिए हमारे पास 42 इंच, 50, 55 इंच और 70 इंचेस की इलेक्ट्रिक फायरप्लेस अवेलेबल है। So visit us this Christmas season for all the best prices for the Napoleon products. So love to see you at 5120 Dixie Road, Unit 11, Mississauga. Dixie और एग्लिंटन का इंटरसेक्शन है। 905-625-5900।
You do not have to wait to protect your dependents and plan your estate. Ado Law will help you take the appropriate steps. Having a will is the most important thing you can do for yourself and your dependents. Not only can a will legally protect your loved ones, it can also spell out exactly how you would like things handled after you have passed on. Ado Law, the legal professionals.
कनाडा में मौसम और मॉर्गेज रूल्स चेंज होते पता नहीं चलता एंड फॉर दैट वेरी रीजन कंसल्ट समवन हु नोज व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन ताकि आप हासिल कर सकें टेंशन फ्री मॉर्गेज सॉल्यूशंस इजीली विद मुसद्दिक इकराम, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल मॉर्गेज एजेंट्स इन ओंटारियो। तो हो इंस्टीट्यूशनल या प्राइवेट मॉर्गेज, इक्विटी लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट, रीफाइनेंसिंग, फर्स्ट या सेकंड मॉर्गेज, डेट कंसोलिडेशन या है सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड या न्यू इमिग्रेंट, मुसद्दिक इकराम हैज परफेक्ट सॉल्यूशन एंड बेस्ट पॉसिबल रेट्स फॉर ऑल योर मॉर्गेज नीड्स। तो आज ही कॉल करें मुसद्दिक इकराम at 647-969-3887.
If you are looking for a reliable, professional, and affordable travel agency in your town, then your search is over. Global Travel and Tours is your personal travel partner. Our dedicated staff, always ready to make your trip hassle-free, memorable, and cost-effective. We will assist you with hotel reservations, the transportation, visa assistance, and travel insurance. Please give us a call right now at 1-877-275-3555.
उरूज फाइनेंशियल के जाहिद सैयद लाए आपके फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स के लिए ट्रैवल एंड विजिटर्स इंश्योरेंस जो दे आपको बेस्ट प्लान एट बेस्ट प्राइस, महाना पेमेंट्स प्लान फॉर सुपर वीजा इंश्योरेंस और क्लेम में मदद, आपके बेहतर मुस्तकबिल की जमानत। उरूज फाइनेंशियल के जाहिद सैयद लाए आपके मॉर्गेज डेट के लिए लाइफ इंश्योरेंस एंड इन केस ऑफ डिसेबिलिटी मंथली पेमेंट प्लान जो आपकी फैमिली को दे बेनिफिट, ना कि आपके बैंक को, आपके बेहतर मुस्तकबिल की जमानत। उरूज फाइनेंशियल।
So fresh, Galitos, flame grilled chicken. It's simply irresistible. Peri peri tang in lemon, mild, hot, or extra hot. Oh, dripping with so much flavor. Galitos, flame grilled chicken. It's simply irresistible. Oh, so natural and nutritional. Try our peri munchies, chicken kebabs, and pitas. It's simply irresistible. Flame grilled chicken, grilled to perfection. Galitos, it's simply irresistible.